What is going on, painting company owners? Brandon from Painter Marketing Pros here. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So first, before I move on, we do have a co-host with us today. Lavin is co-hosting today. So where are your best painting customers coming from? Right? What are your most profitable sales channels? Is it Facebook? Is it Google Ads? Is it SEO? Is it Home Advisor, Thumbtack, CraftJack? Is it word of mouth, referrals, repeat customers? Right, all different ways to get painting customers. I think Yelp, right? Email marketing, door-to-door flyers, wrapped vans. It's I guess, a bit of a loaded question because I think it depends. I think it depends on your service area, your location. I think it depends on your company, the specifics of your company, the services that you offer, and who you offer them to. I think is gonna change, right? And so I'm not sure I've ever, what? I did actually hear of one company that had a really good experience with Yelp and continues to use Yelp. I've only heard one. I've heard a lot of negative experiences about Yelp, but I've heard one good one. Home Advisor, Thumbtack, CraftJack, things like that. It's a little bit more uh, varied, but overall still net pretty negative. I think the best kinds of leads, the leads that are most likely to close, the leads that are most likely to be willing to pay a premium price for your services, right? Hopefully you do provide quality services. Hopefully you do provide a guarantee of some kind. Hopefully you do provide these things where you're going to get company or customers that are likely to accept that stuff and close, is organic. So SEO, through obviously referrals, obviously word of mouth, and repeat customers is king. All that's king. But you have to, depending on your growth goals, and depending on how long you want to take to achieve those growth goals, you have to have a way to consistently turn cold prospects, as in people who don't know your company or don't know someone who knows your company. You have to have a consistent way of being able to turn them into customers without getting price gouged, right? You getting price without having to compete with bottom of the barrel. Uh, all right, baby. Without having to compete with bottom of the barrel fly by night contractors, right, and other painters. So the uh, key to be able to do that, right? If you're showing up at the top of Google, if you're high up in Google's organic results, then basically that's Google implying that you are the best search result. I mean, ultimately that's what it is. That's Google saying, hey, you search for a painter in Houston, you search for a house painter in Houston, and this is the Google's recommendation. That's essentially what it is. That's what SEO is, because Google's trying to provide the best results for their end users, who is you and me and everyone else who's searching for something on Google, and in this case, it's your prospects. And when they see you at the top in Google Maps, when they see you at the top in organic results, that's Google saying, hey, this is a great company. You should check them out. Right. So that's step one. Step two, obviously, what's the next? What's your process? What's your inbound sales process like? Right. How are you? Do you have automation set up? Are you making sure that you're responding right away? Are you making sure that you're touching them the 5 to 7 times that you typically have to touch them to make them a customer? Right. So you get into the follow up process, and that varies by sales channel, the importance of that and the speed of that and everything else. But anyways, I personally think you should be doing all of it. From my experience, it's important to be doing every channel you can be doing, because different customers hang out in different places and respond to different messaging and mediums and everything. But ultimately, you want to be at the top of Google. That's it's a longer term play, and that's part of the reason it's a better play. And just people use Google and they're searching for it, and essentially you can create this engine of kind of free leads, free really high quality leads. And if you have an inbound sales process, the conversion on traffic from Google can be very, very high. Happy Tuesday. Know your metrics, know your sales channels. Don't just rely on one. Try to grow a business. Again, when I'm dropping these live videos, I am speaking to painting company owners that want to grow, right? So it's not for everybody. If it's a lifestyle business, you can just probably ignore most of what I say. But if you're trying to grow, if you're trying to get to over 7 figures, if you're potentially even 10 million a year, apply some of this stuff and you'll see a lot of growth. Ivan, any words? Got my hands full tonight. Have a good one.